真空烈山。高電波破山。
死にたくなければそこをどけ。ザコが図に乗るな。
Yes, there's a character in this game that can... He basically breaks the game on second playthrough. You can, gain a lot of levels at the start. I'm supposed to be level 15 right now, but I'm 57. Because I did a trick. You can watch the kitty sitting stream bot if you want to see the process. I learned how to do it on the fly. Hey, thank you. But only do that if you really want to. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel pressured. Yes, I need help, but don't. No pressure.
楽勝だな。常にこうありたいものですね。始めるか。死にたくなければそこをどけ。敵だ。目障りなんだよ。僕の目の前から消えてしまえ。マシン貴様ら雑魚が図に乗るな。始めるか。邪魔するものは全て切る。ザコメ本気を出すまでもない。さすが坊ちゃんですね。 楽勝だな。常にこうありたいものですね。死にたくなければそこをどけ。雑魚が図に乗るな。邪魔するものは全て切る。結界石はよし、大丈夫です。敵だ。ザコメ、本気を出すまでもない。さすがもさすがですね、坊ちゃん。全力。 始めるか。負けるわけにはいかないぜ。敵だ。
弱すぎよ。レンズ抱えて手直してらっしゃい。さて行くとしよう。未熟なくせに強がるからさ。
Check the Discord. Alright, I'll do that in a little bit. Next cutscene. Thank you. It looks good gameplay-wise. Apparently it's just depression porn, the game. But, the gameplay-wise, it looks really solid. I'm sure there's some kind of endgame mode where you can not have to do all the Kamiya gimmick levels. I was hoping with him only being a supervisor, that shit would be gone, but apparently it's not. Which is about to be expected at this point. They do everything in their power to, like, not just let you just fight. Just play the game the normal way they always want you to do. Jank-ass Mario Party minigames, for some reason. Like, they have novelty, like, maybe the first 2 times you do them, and then every other time you play the game, they just get in the way, they're annoying, they feel like ads. I don't get why they keep doing it. I truly do not understand. You know people don't like it. You know they don't like it. Are you just putting that in there to appease the Polygon journalists that don't even fucking like playing games like that? So that you get a better Metacritic score? That has to be it at this point. They know people hate it. It's like, Donkey Kong Country Returns. That game has a ton of auto-scrollers, so it makes it not fun to play multiple times, because, you know, you can't speed up an auto-scroller. It gets annoying. Tropical Freeze, they got rid of a lot of them. Like, yeah, people don't like that. We should get rid of it. Why can't character action games do that? Stop making me play jank-ass minigames. I would play WarioWare or Mario Party if I wanted that. Oh well. At least I'm mentally prepared for shit jank minigames now. I don't know, it's the same thing with puzzles in those kinds of games as well. Like, puzzle games are awesome because that's what they focus on, but they don't make you do, like, infinite climax, no damage runs when you're playing fucking Tetris, because they know it's stupid to do that. People that like puzzle games generally don't like action games, vice versa. Definitely are some people that can play both, but I don't know, it's weird. I think that's why I like Assault Spy so much. They don't waste your time with shit like that. You're playing the main component of the game for like 95% of it. It has one stealth section that you can skip. That's probably why I've played through that game like 20 times. Some character action games I can barely get through it once. Yeah, that's another non-story gripe I have with that game so far is they finally added a real training mode, but it has like no options, and you can't just give them infinite health. That's just stupid. I definitely feel like infinite health combos in character action games are kind of like excessive in a way. You know, nothing in the game is going to survive like a 3-minute long combo, so I never really saw the point in learning how to do stuff like that. I usually play character action games with like realism in mind, like, you know, they're going to die like 10 seconds into this combo. I don't need to learn anything else. If I can kill the strongest enemy that can be juggled with this combo, learning anything else is just a waste of time, really. But having them die so fast, I definitely think it should be an option. I don't know, it took DMC like 16 years, like 18 years to add a training mode, so baby steps, I guess. Shouldn't have taken that long. You're always at a major disadvantage playing DMC games. on console. I'm not even talking about frame rate or mods, just because there's no training mode. It takes way longer to learn those games when you don't have training mode. Yeah, I don't get why they put in a training mode and it's not even as good as DMC5's. DMC5's training mode is actually pretty good. It's not perfect, but it has the basic things you want. You can do infinite health combos. You know, if you want to combo an enemy for like 5 minutes straight and give yourself hand cramps, you can do that. But it also let you like scale the difficulty of the enemy. You can turn off the infinite health. So if you wanted to play character action games like I do, which is more with a more practical playstyle, you could do that. You could spawn like almost every enemy in the game. You could even make them attack, so you could learn how to fight them. That's really good stuff. That's like the kind of things that we need in these kinds of games, so that people can learn how to play them. I always felt like DMC, you had to be like a masochist to learn how to get good at those games. No training mode. I'm not even talking about mods. Just it sucked to learn how to play those games. I'm sure mods will fix that, but it's just like, you know, DMC5 came out like 3 years ago and solved that problem already. And plus, DMC5 had no gimmick levels at all. There were no puzzles in that game. There was no forced walking sections. There was no vehicle minigames or anything. That's what made that game replayable. And I'm really bummed to hear that Bayonetta 3 has more of that stupid stuff. Like, it's not needed. They are admittedly pretty cool the first time you do them. It's just, they get in the way. That's the problem with them, is like, you don't play those kinds of games to solve puzzles or do like turret sections. You know, if you want that, you have like Tetris and Call of Duty. I don't get why there's always this weird focus on it, like, why? I really do think they just do it to jack up Metacritic scores at this point, because game journals love anything that's not actually playing the game. They'll complain about the story in a game about gameplay, and push these weird agendas and stuff. They don't even talk about the game itself. I really do think they put that in there. So it's always rando journalists that complain about shit like games not having any variety. It's like, the variety is the gameplay, the amount of options you have, and the ways that you can deal with situations in character action games. That's what makes them interesting. And you have enough options and depth that two people can play the game in a completely different way. It's not the fucking puzzles. It's not having like 50 endings or anything like that. Those things are like bottom of the barrel in priority. Like, I just want to play the game as intended. I don't want to do any mini-games. Yeah, I noticed in your videos they die really fast. It's not really solving the problem at all. I don't know. The game seems to be doing pretty well. Hopefully it'll get some quality of life changes, like infinite health on the enemies. I think the fact that you can only fight 2 is pretty stupid. That was what was cool about the Void in DMC5. It's like, hey, you're having problems with this enemy. You could just spawn them in and fight them with no restrictions and learn how to fight them. And then you could even turn off the infinite health, so, you know, whenever you get a stagger, you can do the same combo and it'll work every time. It's sad. Character action games get Every time we move forward a few steps and having shit that should have been in there like 20 years ago, like a training mode, they always go a couple steps back. It's probably going to be like Bayo 1, where there was that big enemy with the tuba. That was like, that enemy had like the most health out of the ones that you could juggle, so people would just go to that one room with that enemy and just combo on it, which is stupid. You shouldn't have to do that. Like, he put a training mode in the game, finally, a real one, but it has like 0 options, and you can't give them infinite health, and you can only fight 2 enemies, which is useless. You should be able to fight all of them as you unlock them, so that, you know, if you struggle with something, you can learn. That's why there's only a handful of people that can play DMC at like a crazy high level, is that the game makes you go out of your way to try to get good at it. It's not even about having the skill to do it. It's not even about having the skill to do it. The game should provide the resources to let you do it. Hey, what's up, Sage? How you doing? I see you lurking in here. Hello. It's alright, thank you for doing that. Yeah, the booty call bots. Infinite sex drive. Balls are always full. Like, dude, I'm not that lonely, alright? Like, I'm lonely, yes, but I have my limits, alright? I'm not gonna click on your stupid ass porn link. I question how that even works, because Google finally cracked down on that. Most of the porn bots, the comment gets flagged. So, But, I mean, there must be some really, really lonely, desperate people that fall for it, because they keep doing it, so... Somebody's gotta be stupid enough and lonely enough and desperate enough to fall for it, but... It's not as easy as it used to be, where they could just post, like... bootycall69.com in your chat, and you had to physically delete it. And have to deal with people saying, oh, I was stupid enough to click on that porn site, and now my computer has an STD. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. That was definitely a problem for a while. Where the hell did you see that, man? That rumor has been going on since, like, the start of the pandemic. You're getting your hopes up. I'm telling you guys, being a fan of this franchise is an abusive relationship. You keep thinking it's going to get better. The other person is going to put in their work and treat you right. But it doesn't happen. You keep going back. It's a legit toxic, abusive relationship. When did that happen? I need to see receipts. I'm very cynical towards Tales because they just don't care. I need to see receipts. Did that happen today? When did that happen? I need to see receipts. Like visual proof that that's happening. I don't believe you. That rumor's been getting tossed around a lot, and I feel like the fact that they're doing Symphonia again is, kind of disproves that rumor. That was going on for a while. People were super excited. Oh, that doesn't mean anything, man. That doesn't mean anything. Usually the way that kind of thing works is it gets rated in, like, a non-American country, like Korea, or like Australia or something, and that tells you that the game is like actually going to come out. And honestly, I feel like with this English patch, this game has a lot of minor problems that make it not as good as it should be. The fact that you only have 6 art slots, the random encounters during puzzle rooms really getting on your nerves and stuff. The grade shop barely lets you carry over anything, so a lot of the endgame loot you get is just kind of pointless, because there's, like, not much game left. They would need to fix all of those things for me to... I would still buy the game to support it, but I already have, like, Cheat Engine to fix a lot of those problems. They need to fix those things. If they just upscale it like I am right now, they make it run at 1080p, that's not enough. This is an amazing game. It's one of the best Tales games, but it has very glaring flaws that people don't really know because they haven't played the game. This game needs more than just upscaling and making it legally available. I mean, that's important too, of course, but they need to fix those major things. They need to fix those things. That's not really asking a lot either. I'm not asking them to add, like, new moves and characters and stuff. That part is fine. It's just, there's aspects of this game that's just, if it was changed even slightly, it would be even better. Like, I just use Cheat Engine to get all the endgame loot because you can't fucking carry it over. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and grind for 80 hours for something, and then if I want to play the game again, I have to do it again. That's stupid. Let me carry that shit over. The grade shop in this game is, it has some nice things that you can carry over, but a lot of the things you want, you can't. No, that doesn't even make sense either, Lightside. This game came out 5 years later. Literally half a decade. They have Legendia, they have, Rebirth. They have Legendia, they have Rebirth in that time. That doesn't even make sense. They're not gonna do Legendia, though. I think Legendia is never gonna come back. Because they fucked up the dub for that game by only doing the first half. And they know that they're gonna get reamed on social media if they put that game out again and they don't dub the second half. Is that's what ruins that English dub. It's not a bad dub. It's not a bad dub at all, but they literally only did half of it. It's like going to McDonald's and they give you a Big Mac, but there's only one burger patty instead of two. It's like it's still edible, right? But you're not getting what you expect. That's exactly what's wrong with the Legendia dub. That's exactly what's wrong with it. And there's no easy way to fix that. That game won't come back. Abyss has a chance for sure. Especially because Abyss already has a translation, so I could see that one coming back. Yeah, Legendia is never going to come back. The only way that game could ever come back is if they did dub only. They did Japanese dub only. A lot of people forget that about that game. It wasn't great, but I didn't like that game that much. It was too basic and boring. I liked Sentinel, of course. He was a cool protagonist. But the dub sucks. The dub only sucks because they didn't finish it. They gave up halfway through. It would have been better to just have only Japanese voices at that point, and I say that as a gamer that plays... I play a lot of Japanese games, but I like English dubs for the most part. There definitely are some I won't bother with, but I like giving the English voice actors a chance. I don't like to be a dismissive weeb. But Legendia is legit a case where they should not even bother. Should not even bother. They should just, they did bring that back, just don't even have the English voice track. Like, I always play Tales games in English first. I only do Japanese on the second playthrough. Yes. Graces is likely. Graces is very popular. People like that combat the most. I think it's average at best. It has a lot of problems. But people really love that game, and It also has a full dub, so that one coming back is highly likely because they wouldn't have to do much. Probably just upscale it, maybe some minor quality of life changes. People like that game the way it is, so I don't think that they're obligated to change too much. But I think that game is average. It has some nice things about it, but it was the start of the Art Tree LMBS, which I don't like. I didn't like having stuff locked in long-ass strings, and it just didn't help that it had the CC system, so to do like a full combo, you had to wait so long, like halfway through the game. I didn't like that aspect of that game at all. But people really love that game, so I think it has a high chance. They did dub it fully, so that helps. That helps that game's case. I don't know if I'd really want to play it again, but I never actually finished the F version. I might do that game next. Probably Xillia 2 undubbed next, because I never played that game in Japanese. I don't know, the Xillia games are popular, but not to the extent that that Graces is. People really like Graces. People don't like Xillia 2. Xillia 2 is just kind of a weird game. So the story sucks, and there's a lot of character assassination in that game as well. Like, the narrative is awful. And the game is, like, literally an asset flip, but the combat is fucking awesome. It's, like, one of the best games gameplay-wise. That's, like, the only thing that really holds that game together. Everything about the game but the combat sucks. So, depending on what you play these games for, that either means it's a game where you can look past the problems, or it's a game that you'll consider to be unplayable. The story is really bad in Xillia 2. It's awful. Depression, porn, character assassination, things not making any sense, and then having all this multiple dimension shit, which just makes things needlessly complicated, because the first game had a very simple story, and then they start adding multiverse shit to it, which just... it didn't work. I hated it. I regretted watching the cutscenes in that game. I definitely would have. If I could go back in time and play that game for the first time again, I would just skip all the cutscenes. The story in that game is a joke. It's awful. A lot of JRPGs have that problem, though. They have, like... they have, like, a simple story, and then they make a sequel, and they start adding, like, time travel and multiverse shit to it. It's like, why can't you just have more of the simple story? Like, I don't need all that stuff. As soon as you start adding time travel and multiple dimensions and shit to a story, it just feels hollow. It makes it feel like the first game is just irrelevant. You want people to feel like the first story they played through actually meant something, not just... Too bad, there's like 18 other multiverses, and things are all messed up there. Like, okay, thanks. So why did I even bother watching those cutscenes? Yeah, the adoptive daughter thing was weird, because... kind of like... I don't know, that situation is weird, because she's, like, not really human, but... The whole point was they bonded because they were the same age at a time. She stopped aging. But I don't know. That's weird. He like becomes an adult and she's still a kid. Weird creepypasta stuff. I do like some Tale stories. Like, this game has a simple, inoffensive story. There's nothing bad about it at all. It's simple. Doesn't try to overcomplicate things. I think that's why this game is popular. It doesn't do any of the stuff that a lot of the new ones do. Why is the algorithm bringing that video back? It's like as old as YouTube itself. Why are they doing that? I legit don't understand, like, why? I've been getting a lot of comments on that video lately, and I'm like, why is this so oddly popular? This site doesn't make any damn sense, man. Even though it's working in my favor, I still don't get it. Like, why are people so obsessed with this video from, like, 2005? Why can't the algorithm, like, promote stuff I actually put effort into? That's not even my video. That was a video I got from some other site. I don't even remember where I got that video from. Pre-YouTube days, I just had that video. I got it from, like, some forum or something. Obviously, I've made, like, thousands of videos on my own, but it's, like, weirdly popular. Like, why? Like, can't the algorithm hook me up with, like, views on the shit I actually work on? They did make some changes to the algorithm, though. I think they're trying to feed people less, dude with light facial hair with his mouth open and large capital letters in the thumbnail. They're trying to feed people less clickbait, which is a good thing. I've seen, the algorithm's been giving me a lot of videos from channels, like, even smaller than mine, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is Roman. This is basically, I have like one of the oldest active gaming channels on this site. Google won't give me any fucking recognition for that, but the reason that's an accomplishment is not just because I uploaded all that stuff ages ago. It's because back then you could get banned for literally anything. It's definitely a lot better now. I lost touch with a lot of people. I had a lot of people I used to talk to on here from like the PS2 era, but they all got banned. They got banned for stupid stuff. I remember there was that one guy. He got banned for putting up the Metal Gear Solid 4 ending. Nowadays, they don't even care. It's mostly just The worst thing that will happen to you if you do that is if you put it up before the game is officially released. Like, people have been doing that with Bayonetta 3. They've been spoiling that game. It's like, obviously, most of them downloaded the game off the internet. They don't actually own it. They didn't pay for it. And that stuff is strictly enforced. They usually don't care as long as the game is available in, like, some region. Like, you'll get your ass kicked for doing that. But no, otherwise, the only thing that really happens most of the time is just that they put ads on the video and you can't make any money off it, which, if you're doing stuff like that, you're obviously trying to get money out of people, so. But back then you could get banned for anything. I remember watching the Metal Gear Solid 4 cutscenes on here because I didn't have a PS3, and then I woke up in the morning and that guy was banned. Just banned, like, zero tolerance, just banned, like, snapped out of existence. That's why it's special that I've had this account for 17 years. I'm still on my original account. A lot of those guys back then, they did make, like, 2 or 3 accounts, but then they got tired of it, understandably, and they never came back, as far as I know. None of them have ever reached out to me. They're probably, like, married with kids now and shit. They don't have time to grind away at this site, which is understandable. Yeah, I lost a lot of friends that I probably could have been, like, really good friends with them if this site wasn't so anal at the time. You just get banned for anything. I wish they would give me recognition for that, because it's definitely true. I'm not making that up. There aren't many gaming channels on here that have been around as long as I have, and are also on their original first accounts. I managed to dodge multiple bullets. I just never played any of the stuff that got me in trouble. I didn't play, like, the Metal Gear or Final Fantasy games. I think people got in trouble for putting the cutscenes up to, like, FF13 as well. I just never had that problem. I got lucky. Got lucky that my tastes in games is just those companies never cared. Koei never cared. None of the other stuff I played, like, they just didn't care. Just go ahead and put up the whole game. Yeah, I have abandonment trauma too, but you already know that. You already know that. Yeah, I just never really played any Square Enix games on here. Barely any. Even now, if you get a key from them, I actually don't really like asking Square Enix for keys because they have like a million rules you need to follow. I'm like, I'd rather just buy the damn game. I had an opportunity to apply for, what's it called? Star Ocean 6, but then I looked at all the rules, and I'm like, first off, I don't know if this is going to be a good PC port. It might be a shit PC port. And the problem with that is if the PC port is trash, well, I get given a free game, and I'm expected to cover it and bring attention to the game and, you know, help them sell more copies. but then I can't play it because the PC port is ass. That was the problem I had with Stranger of Paradise. I'm really glad I got rejected. I tried to get a key for that game. I'm really glad I got rejected, because that game was such a just pain to play. I'm not even talking about the game itself. It's just the port was dreadful. I could barely run it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I could just play this unfiltered. I don't have to pull any punches. Like, look, don't buy this game on PC. It's a piece of shit. Barely works. A lot of people always get jealous when you get free games. I'm like, well, they have so many rules and regulations and shit you have to follow now. It's like, it can suck if you do get a free copy of something and then the game sucks, or the game is decent but the port is ass. Like, that game was barely playable. I like how, apparently, Persona 5 Royal just came out on PC and Switch, which is a pretty big deal, because people have been begging for that for ages. Remember when that game came out, there was this huge bullshit guidelines you had to follow, which just made no sense. They threatened to ban you if you showed certain parts of the game. I'm like, dude, the first problem with that is it's a fucking 100-hour JRPG. Like, anybody that's watching it intends to be spoiled. Like, they either have no intention of ever buying the game, or they don't care about the story, or they just want to watch someone else play it. Why does it need to be protected so much? And then, when the game just came out, like, last week, they re-released it, they have those bullshit guidelines again. I'm like, dude, Anybody who's wanted to play that game has had multiple chances. They don't need to be protected. Like, people can make their own decisions. I mean, sometimes people just watch games because their friends are playing them. They don't have time to play them, or it's not the kind of game that they would like. I mean, I watched a fair share of that game. I can't stand turn-based combat. I think it's boring. I also don't like dating sim stuff either. So the game's not for me, but I did watch it. It's a chill game to watch. But it's weird, like, it makes it feel like the only value they have with their game is the story. Like, why do you need to protect it so much? Especially when the game's been out for like half a decade. That game's been out a while. It's not a new game. Honestly, I'd be pretty impressed if you could play that game and somehow dodge spoilers that long. That's like not quite on par with like not knowing that Darth Vader is Luke's father, but if you're in the JRPG circle, I think, you know, the major plot twists of those games are pretty well documented. They're everywhere. I don't get it, man. They've gotten a lot more anal about that stuff lately. Like, I'm pretty sure people can make their own decisions, just like people that read spoilers for like Marvel movies and shit. Like, they're not gonna go watch it in theaters. At best, they'll watch it when it's on Disney Plus in like 6 months. They're not gonna go to the theater to watch it. If they were gonna go to the theater to watch it, then obviously they would avoid spoilers, because that's like the whole point of going to the theater with friends and stuff, is going in blind and being surprised by things that happen in the movie. It's just like the game is 100 hours long. Like, anybody that watches that game in its entirety has some real dedication, and clearly they're not interested in buying it because the game doesn't have much to it besides the story. The gameplay is good. It's good turn-based combat, yes, but it's not something you would really go out of your way to play like this, which is offering something unique. The main draw of the game is the story and the characters, and the voice acting, the presentation. The gameplay is there, you know, it's important, yes, but it's not like the main reason that people are playing it. I don't know, it's weird. Alright, we're gonna do next boss, and I'm gonna go to bed because I gotta wake up for Bayonetta and Star Ocean. That's gonna be the end for tonight. Get to Batista and stop. I don't know, people have a right to really be worried about spoilers and stuff, but I feel like at this point you should know that if you're planning to play or watch or read something and you don't want to be spoiled, you have to stop using the internet. You have to stop using this site especially, because there's a lot of vultures on here that just make videos about popular mainstream things, like whenever a new Marvel movie comes out, or, you know, they're going to do it for the God of War game next month as well. There's going to be some asshole putting the final boss and ending in, like, the thumbnail, like, the day that the game comes out. You gotta just kind of have to accept that if you care about the story and media so much, whether it's a movie, a video game, a book, or manga or whatever, you have to just stop using the internet. And it sucks, but that's just the reality of it. You have to stop using the site. There are some things you can do, like you can get like stuff that blocks a lot of clickbait on here. You know, like if you care about the new God of War's plot, you can like get an app that like blocks anything involving that game's name, so that you're less likely to be spoiled, but most people don't really have the savvy to do that. Really the only way is to just don't be on the internet at all. But people don't understand that. It's like, dude, this has been happening for like 16 years now. Like, it sucks, but that's the reality. You can't really go on here when there's some major popular, you know, media coming out, a movie or whatever. You're gonna get spoiled. There's a lot of dickwads on here that just only care about money. That's just how things are.
死にたくなければそこをどけ。
I just don't understand why people don't understand that yet. Like, that's what you have to do. There is no other choice. You have to do that. Either stay off the internet or use tools to block things so that you can't get spoiled. There is no other option. Plus this site, the problem with the spoilers and stuff, the spoiler clickbait culture on this site is that this site does not reward honesty. It doesn't reward actually caring about what you actually are passionate about. All this site just promotes and perpetuates is just whatever is popular at the time. You know, there's a new God of War game, there's a new Call of Duty game, there's a new Marvel movie, or there's like a new season of like Cobra Kai or something. You make videos on that, and you make clickbait thumbnails, it'll do way better than something like I'm doing. Like, I'm not playing this game for money. The views on this have probably got like maybe 2,000 views on all the shit I put up for this past month I've been playing it. But I'm doing it because I like this game. I'm passionate about Tales. I'm passionate about melee combat. That's not rewarded on here. You know, if there was like some huge scandal around this, then if I made videos on that, it would do way better than me actually playing the game. That's just how things are. At least they're starting to change the algorithm a little bit, so you get less clickbait shoved down your throat, but I think it'll be a long time before we actually really see any kind of meaningful systemic change.
シンク邪魔するものは全て切る
Yeah, a lot of people have that opinion. The problem with the new God of War games is trying to make me care about a straight asshole who's irredeemable. It's a weird message to push. Like, you can go around and just kill people with no mercy and reckless abandon, but they try to make you care about him. I'm like, dude, he's a dickwad. He's like the worst video game protagonist. He has no redeeming qualities. Like, why are you trying to dehumanize him, like, 10 years in? You should have done that, like, 2 or 3 games in, not, like, 8 games in. I just don't care about that guy at all. Like, he's not a likable character. And then they just add an annoying kid, which just makes it worse. The kid is obnoxious. Yeah, he also treats women like garbage, too. He's less like a cold-blooded killer. Because he gets PMS mode all the time, and he just kills stuff. Just kills things for no reason. Then he treats women like trash as well. Why do you try to make me care about this guy? Like, it's way too late to do that. You should have done that, like, with, like, the second game at least. But they've made so many of them. I don't know. Sends a bad message that you can do stuff like that and be redeemable. I mean, everybody makes mistakes to a degree. Nobody's perfect. But you can't go, like... You can't go around and literally kill people for no reason and be redeemable. That's kind of when you cross the line. You cross the line that can't be crossed when you do stuff like that. It's a stupid message. I just don't fucking care about him. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like that game. I tried the new God of War. I got really annoyed with it. I might give it another chance, but it just didn't feel as good as the old ones. And forcing me to watch the cutscenes didn't help either. I'm like, dude, I don't fucking care about this guy. He's a dickwad. Stop making me watch the cutscenes. Like, come on now. Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. But they try to make you feel sympathetic for him. Way too late for that. Maybe if they did like some time travel storyline where he goes back and he doesn't kill people out of blind rage, then maybe there would be like some chance. But no. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Bayo and Star Ocean are gonna be out in the morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to get to bed. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for watching. We'll see what we can do with the new games, see if they work well, and we'll try both of them later today. I gotta go to my neighbor's house for her birthday around lunchtime, and then I have to work over there tonight as well, so in between those adult responsibilities, we'll be playing the new games. See you later.